Hello and welcome back to Kev's Quizzes. Today we are taking a trip down memory lane with a Best of British History challenge. From the Tudors to the trenches, I've got 26 questions, A to Z, to test your knowledge of our island's history. It's time to see if you were paying attention in history class. Grab your pen and paper. Can you score a perfect 26? Let's find out. A is for: he is the only English monarch to be given the title, the Great, famous for burning the cakes. Who was he? He was King Alfred, or Alfred the Great. B is for: fought in 1066, which famous battle saw William the Conqueror defeat King Harold? That was the Battle of Hastings. C is for: which wartime prime minister famously said, "We shall fight them on the beaches"? That was Winston Churchill. And D is for: in 1940, a flotilla of little ships rescued over 300,000 soldiers from the beaches of which French town? The French town was Dunkirk. E is for: which king famously abdicated the throne in 1936 to marry Wallis Simpson? It was Edward VIII. Next, F is for: captured in a cellar beneath the Houses of Parliament in 1605, who is the most famous face of the Gunpowder Plot? The face of the Gunpowder Plot was Guy Fawkes. And G is for: starting in a bakery on Pudding Lane, what catastrophic event destroyed much of the city in 1666? That was the Great Fire of London. H is for: which Tudor king is remembered for his 6 wives and for breaking away from the Catholic Church? That was Henry VIII. I is for: what is the name of the period in the 18th and 19th centuries when Britain shifted from agriculture to industry? It was the Industrial Revolution. And J is for: in 1936, 200 men marched from the northeast of England to London to protest about unemployment. What was this crusade called? It was the Jarrow Crusade. K is for: to whom is the well-known recruitment poster with the slogan, "Your country needs you," attributed? It's Lord Kitchener. L is for: the Wars of the Roses was fought between the House of York and which other house? The other house was the House of Lancaster. And M is for: signed by King John in 1215 at Runnymede, what is this historic Great Charter called? It was the Magna Carta. Halfway through, how are you doing? If you knew the Magna Carta, hit that like button for me and let me know in the comments. Do you think history was taught better in schools back in the day? Let's get back to it with N. N is for which admiral died ensuring a British victory at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805? That was Horatio Nelson. Next, O is for what ancient earthwork dike named after an 8th century king follows the England-Wales border? The earthwork was Offa's Dyke. P is for starting in 1665, what deadly epidemic killed nearly a quarter of London's population? That was the Great Plague. Q is for ruling for 63 years, which queen gave her name to an entire era of industry and empire. Queen Victoria. R is for whose remains were famously discovered under a car park in Leicester in 2012. King Richard III. S is for which legendary fighter plane, designed by R.J. Mitchell, helped win the Battle of Britain? The fighter plane was the Spitfire. And T is for in Roman London it was a fortress. Today it houses the crown jewels. What is it? It's the Tower of London. U is for passed in 1707 and 1800. What were the acts called that joined the kingdoms into the United Kingdom? It was called the Acts of Union. V is for introduced by Queen Victoria in 1856. What is the highest military decoration for valor in the face of the enemy? That was called the Victoria Cross. And W is for who was the commander of the British forces that defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo? The Duke of Wellington. X is for this is a tricky one. Used during World War II, X-craft was the name given to what type of small naval vessel? They were midget submarines. And Y is for what is the given name to the ceremonial guardians of the Tower of London? Yeoman warders, popularly known as beefeaters. Lastly, Z is for this famous 1879 battle, depicted in a Michael Caine film, was the Battle of Rorke's Drift. During which war was it fought? The Zulu War. Well, that's the end of this quiz, and a big thank you for playing. Please let me know in the comments your score. If you like the quiz, please click the like button and please watch the next video. Have a great day and see you in the next video.